What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Dumpster Talk podcast. We have a special guest with us, KJ Myers. Thanks for joining us today, KJ.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Welcome to the
sir.
dumpster.
So you are the Director of Marketing and Operations at Kegel's Produce.
Yep.
Oh.
Been working full time for the company close to 2 years now since I graduated from school, and had a interesting and unique onboarding process. Started from the ground up, working in transportation, warehouse, things like that, and have grown to a position where I'm at today, which is Director of Marketing and Operations. So I do our internal and external marketing for the company, and then I oversee operations with warehouse, inventory, transportation, things like that. So
Yeah.
It's been great.
That's awesome. A little tidbit, KJ is also a Lancaster Catholic grad, so 2019.
Class of 2019, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And if you think of it, it's kind of like a similar thing that happened. Like, I remember seeing on social media, did you and like EJ and a couple of your buddies work at Kegel's kind of right after high school?
Yeah. Throughout the years growing up, I've had some close friends of mine that have worked for the company. Names like Phoenix Haza, Nick Pazan, or you can edit this, but names like Phoenix Haza, Ian Campbell, Malcolm Lawrence, Andy Santiago, and EJ Pratt as well. So close friends of mine, hard workers as well, and I'm glad they could experience life at Kegel's Produce.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because we kind of had the exact same thing. Like, we graduated in 2020 and it was COVID, and Todd and I had plans to go to Widener University. He was gonna play football. I was gonna go just for like get my gen eds done and stuff like that. And then we got like an email basically saying it's gonna be all online. So I kind of changed courses. I did hack, and yeah, me and I don't know if you know like Carrie Frick.
Yep.
And a couple of my buddies from in here in town, and as well as Todd, we all worked here together too, and yeah, learned the business. So kind of similar in that area.
Yeah, neat. Family-owned businesses here in Lancaster, they're the backbone, and it's great to see them still around. So
Yeah.
I have a deep appreciation for family-owned businesses.
For sure.
For sure. Like, what's your background? Did you work at Kegel's? Like, I'm sure you worked there growing up as well, kind of learning the business. What was that kind of like?
Yeah, so ever since I could drive, been working in the company summers and winters throughout high school and college, and the employees that we still have today, I view them as family, and it's been neat to get to know them throughout my years, and they've watched me growing up with my brothers and I, and Kegel's is a special place, holds a special place in my heart, and I worked for another produce company as well when I was at St. Joe's in Philadelphia. I worked for TMK Produce. They work outside of the Philadelphia wholesale produce market. Big warehouse down in Philly. They're more of a distributor, whereas wholesale. So there's 19 different companies that work outside of this building, and it was a very unique learning experience. My biggest takeaway was I worked for somebody else that wasn't my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very neat and very blessed and fortunate to have that experience. And I have a funny story with that. So my first day working, I had to select orders, and the ticket guy there for TMK handed me a ticket, and he's like, "Here, go pick this order." I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Are you messing with me right now?" And he's like, "No, why? Like, go pick the order." I was like, "Okay, yeah, I will, but you handed me a Kegel's Produce pick ticket to go pick the order."
Wow.
And he's like, "Yeah, like, what about it?" And I was like, "All right, yeah, I mean, it's my family's business, and yeah, I'm gonna go pick the order." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Like, go pick the order. Hurry up." And I was like, "Okay, I'll go pick the order."
That's funny.
So that was a funny
Yeah.
day one experience with TMK.
It's a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
So you guys do you want to kind of explain to the audience like what all does Kegel Produce offer? And
Yeah. So we're a family-owned business, women-owned. My grandmother, Suzanne Myers, she's the second generation, and my dad's the COO. We're a family business that sells fresh produce, so produce wholesale. So we sell to food service. So that is, colleges, schools, hospitals, nursing homes, restaurants, hotels, things like that provide food. So we do a 6-day-a-week delivery service. And yeah, we have around 150 employees. We provide fresh cut products, so it's processed fruits and vegetables that we provide for you guys. And yeah, we have 3 shifts in the warehouse and a very unique and solid sales team. And very, very unique and special company here in Lancaster. Very blessed to be a part of it.
It's really
For
cool,
sure. We
man.
definitely see you a lot in the community, and all of our ties to Lancaster Catholic are pretty huge. What was the importance of kind of the Lancaster Catholic community to you and where you got to today?
Yeah, just growing up in a family business and then going through an educational process with Lancaster Catholic High School, I really embodied the family-like atmosphere, and that's something that I respect and appreciate with going to Lancaster Catholic, and something that I wanted to take to the family business as well and keep building upon that. And met a lot of great people, friends and teachers and staff members at Lancaster Catholic, and I still hold some of those relationships to this day.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, I moved to Catholic, transferred 10th grade, so I got to really see like the huge difference of like the family aspect that they had. I didn't go to a huge school before, but it was definitely a different experience at Catholic. It was really cool.
Yeah, you really feel like you're a part of a community there with Lancaster Catholic. You don't feel like you're a number. And no, I can't say enough about Lancaster Catholic. And a cool story with that is probably about a year ago, I had a meeting with Lancaster Catholic and simply introduced myself again to the cafeteria staff. And now to this day, they started buying produce from us. So very happy about that, to connect the two. And
Yeah, that's cool.
they're a solid customer.
It's awesome. Yeah, Catholic was definitely a blessing for me. I remember my first shadow day. I had to shadow him half the day because I guess the behavior wasn't the best. But
But
it was
we're good now.
yeah, we're all good now. But it was just cool to see, like, even for my shadow day, I could tell the huge difference, and I just wanted to be there. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a great opportunity. What is your favorite part of work? We work in a family-owned business as well. What are your favorite parts about kind of having your dad as your boss?
My favorite parts are definitely connecting with him in a strategical mindset and trying to grow a company to make it better each day. Yeah, it's been a neat process from day one since I started working full time till now. I'll be honest, it's not always sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
There's emotional ties, there's stress, there's a whole bunch of other things. But when you can really sit down with your dad and come together with a business mindset, you can move mountains with that. So I appreciate that, and I've learned a lot from him on the way that he gives back through the community, and that's something I'm trying to model to this day.
Yeah, I was gonna say there. I was gonna ask next what were the challenges with it too, but you kind of hit on that too.
No, yeah, it's obviously he's an older generation where I'm a newer generation, and I got a ball of energy that I want to put forth to the company, and he teaches me to slow it down, take your time, think it through versus rushing things. So I appreciate that from him.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any, like, growing up in the business, do you have any goals, maybe personal goals for the business you'd like to see it get to one day? Because I'm sure you've seen it grow in different kind of avenues.
Yeah, I've seen it grow in terms of just like the culture within the building, customers that we're acquiring, and the service that we provide to the community. I view the company on like a year-to-year basis. You don't want to think too far down the road, but you got to have that strategic mindset to think year to year. So I would love to see us continue to maintain what we have and continue to grow upon that. I believe our fresh cut operation is very unique and special to this community, so I would love to see us grow that some more. But yeah, other than that, very excited for the future and see what path my two younger brothers go down as well, so that you could think big picture in terms of the company and providing for the area, but I also think of our family ties to the company as well. So yeah, very grateful for that.
You're the oldest, right? How many siblings do you have?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. I have two younger brothers named Carrick and Kobe. They Carrick graduated from Lancaster Catholic. He's at Elon University right now. He's a junior, and then Kobe's a junior right now at Lancaster Catholic. So yeah, it's been fun seeing his direction, Kobe, if he wants to go to school and where and what he wants to study, all that nature. So
It's crazy how like quick time goes. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't know. Kobe, I think, is in my little cousin Olivia's class, and yeah, like I remember them as just being like in 5th grade or 4th grade.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It really hit me when Kobe started driving. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, this guy's getting older now.
Yeah.
So that's been fun to see, and they're both good guys. They're both good brothers, and they've worked in the business as well, kind of doing something similar where they work summers and winters. So it's been neat to see them involved in the business. And when they work this summer, I made it apparent that I do not want to be responsible for them. So, yeah.
How's it been kind of being able to give them advice and like seeing your younger brother going through high school? Like I miss high school almost every day, just the family aspect of it. How is it kind of being able to advise them, and you've kind of walked in their shoes already?
Yeah, so with Carrick going through college, I've made it apparent to him to really stay focused on school and really start thinking down the road in terms of what you want to do with your career. So he's been listening to me on that aspect to some extent. He's involved on campus as well, which I appreciate that he's doing. And then Kobe, Kobe's been a project of mine that I've been trying to work on. Him and I are very similar. So how I explain my brothers and I to a lot of people is Kobe and I are diehard Eagles fans.
Yeah.
Carrick is the middle child, and he's a Giants fan. And
That's
everybody's
awesome.
like, how is that? Like, how did that come about? And I'm like, Carrick's different. He watched the Giants grow up winning a Super Bowl and fell in love with the team since then, and he's been with them ever since. And let's just say it's been a little rough for him since he has been a Giants fan.
In an
But
Eagles family.
He'll get better for us soon.
yeah,
That is interesting to hear. Usually it'd be like the younger brother or maybe the older brother.
yeah,
But because you guys love the Eagles, like you were at the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Did he go to the Super Bowl still?
Carrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, very blessed and fortunate to go to the Super Bowl when they won in 2018, and all four of us went. Dad, Carrick, Kobe, and I. And Carrick had a good time. Yeah, he was cheering on the Eagles.
How's he feel about Saquon?
He's not too happy.
Are you guys
about
Penn
Sa-
State fans too? I'm guessing.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. See, it's tough being a Penn State fan and then a Giants fan and Saquon. We know how that ended.
Living here with all the Eagles fans around.
Yeah, it's been a little rough with that aspect. He hates talking about it.
Congrats to you guys though.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Did you always see yourself kind of coming into the family business growing up?
Yeah, it came in different stages. I've always had a passion to want to be a part of the business, but year to year I've grown more appreciation for it. I really grew a huge appreciation for the business during COVID. I saw a group of employees strive to come together to keep the place going, so that made me want to feel to be a part of it. And then when I started full time, this is the cherry on top, no pun intended, but a produce consultant of ours came in to do in-house auditing and whatnot, and he sat me down for about an hour, and he explained his life story, how he grew up in a produce family business as well, and went from here to here, what he experienced. And to be honest, his storytelling nearly put me to sleep and bored me to some extent. But towards the end of the conversation, this is what really woke me up. He said, KJ, you need to really view this business as your best friend. You need to take care of your best friend, because Kegel's your best friend is taking care of you your entire life. And that phrase, statement, whatever you want to call it, really hit home for me and meant a lot. And ever since then, I've been striving to take care of my best friend.
Wow.
That's a good way to put it.
Very strong message there. That is good, for sure. So we know, like tomorrow night, we're going. Just kind of segue into another thing you're doing, the leadership group.
Yep.
Next generation of Lancaster. We've been to, I think, just one event so far. We were at Loxley's.
Yep.
And tomorrow night we have the event with our former football coach. How's that been? Did you and EJ kind of start that? And
yeah, I can explain the story behind that. So I was bored in class at St. Joe's, and I hate to put this out there to the audience, but I don't get bored that easily, but these are just some moments where I get bored. But I was bored in class at St. Joe's, and simply made a LinkedIn group and shot out invites to my friends and professionals I was close with from the area. And I came up with the name Next Generation because that's been a phrase that's been following me my entire life. And I just wanted to shed a different light on that phrase. And a couple months down the road, EJ called me, and he's like, KJ, we gotta make like a networking group in Lancaster and put it out there on LinkedIn. And I was like, EJ, are you messing with me right now? And he's like, no, why? I said, EJ, I made that and you're in the group. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, well, I want to be a part of that with you. Like, let's get it going. I said, yeah, sure. So EJ and I co-founded the group, and I serve as president, and he's vice president. And ever since then, it's probably been about a year or so since we've been doing it, and we've grown the group to nearly 630 members right now, and we've had a handful of events that have been very rewarding, and learned a lot from each event and what we could do better.
Yeah.
But there's a total of 8 of us on the leadership committee now, all different diverse backgrounds in terms of career and where we went to school and whatnot. And we're a good, solid group, and we have bi-weekly meetings, and we really connect, and we're just trying to make something better, trying to strive to give back to the Lancaster community. And tomorrow night we are hosting an event at Forklift and Pallet at Spooky Nook. And former WJL reporter Barbara Barr is leading a panel discussion with Coach Todd Mealy and Coach Danny Walk. Coach Mealy's with McCaskey football now, and Danny Walk's the head coach for basketball at Hempfield.
Yeah.
So we're really excited for that, and it's been neat to see the growth of the group and how we've capitalized on events from month to month, and it's been fun.
Yeah. Sure.
What has been your favorite part of kind of starting the group as a friend? Because there's more people from Lancaster Catholic on the board, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, there's a total of 3 of us on the leadership committee from Catholic High. That's EJ, myself, and Jordan Nye. My favorite part about doing it all is we're young. We have these aspirations to want to strive and do better, and it's been neat doing this as a collective group. And what we all have in common is that we had a strategic session with SHV partners about a month ago, and they asked us, what are your values? And all of us had the same value in terms of integrity, and that really hit home, and that meant a lot for myself to hear and to hear from others as well, how we all want to have that integrity with the group.
Yeah.
For sure. Do you have any goals just for the company? Do you have any goals for the group? I know you don't like to look out too far, but
recently I made an LLC, and it really hit me when I had to pay the Loxley's invoice because I opened up a bank account for the group, and I was like, this is my first time using the card, and it came to a realization we really started something here, paying that invoice with the card and whatnot. But a goal for the group is just continue growing the online presence, continue hosting meaningful events. Something that separates us from other networking groups is we try to have that educational and keynote part to the program, so you have something to take home with you. We're not just going to host a random happy hour, and we're going to continue to host events where there's a speaker involved, and to give you something meaningful to take home. So that's been neat to come together and figure out. But trying to think what else. We're building a website right now, which I'm really excited about launching, and like I said, just continue to host meaningful events, give back to the Lancaster community, and
You guys should start a podcast.
Should start a podcast.
There's been talks about it. We'll get there someday.
Yeah.
We'll definitely recommend.
You can have Todd and I on.
Yeah.
It's a really cool thing. Something like that. You said 630 members you're up to and stuff, and hosting all these cool events is cool. You guys are definitely probably the youngest people who have started something like that, at least in this that I've heard of. And around this area for sure.
Some of the feedback that I've gotten is I've asked people, why do you come to these events? What do you why do you believe in us? And a lot of the responses are because you guys are a younger group and you're doing something good here in Lancaster, and that's something that we appreciate. So
sure. I think I even heard people saying that, honestly, when me and Todd went to the first event. That's why people wanted to be involved.
Yeah.
It feels really good when the older generation kind of takes us in and supports what we're doing.
Yep.
Because it's not always like that, but it's a good feeling when, because it doesn't mean when you hear the next generation, you think old people aren't allowed to come or older people aren't allowed to come, but that's not really what it means. It's nice to have that support because you always need that wisdom that they have.
Yeah. A lot of people have said to me, KJ, I'm older. I'm not the next generation, and my answer to that is yes. You might be older, but we need your expertise. We need you, your knowledge to help us build this next generation for Lancaster. And once I explain that to people, that really hits home for them, and that's where that's where we see them come out to the events. So I appreciate that.
And the people you have, like for instance, Dwight, he has such a great background and knows so much. Like he's my peer group instructor, so I've learned so much through him. He's been a great mentor for almost 2 years now. So going to my first event and he's the first person I see, it just makes it makes it a good thing.
Yeah, Dwight's. I can't speak enough about him. He's a great man, great person. He's taught me a lot since I've known him. I actually met him at a networking event, so it's been cool to see that unfold, and you know how you can build relationships from networking events. Yeah, I mean we've had people in the group that have left the group. I've heard some noise about the group, and my response to that is just I'm gonna continue to keep doing what I would like to do, and I'm gonna keep building this group to what I see the vision to be, and I'm just going to keep working at it.
Sure, as you should.
It's the mindset you need to have.
It does make I mean, yeah, like there would be no next generation without them, without guys like your dad or Dwight or Dan. They're passing all this down. Like you would have never known to start it if
Sure.
you weren't around those guys. So when did you start going to networking events, and how was it? Like, I remember when I first started going to them, I was terrible. I'll just be like hiding in the corner, standing by Dan so awkwardly.
It stemmed from my dad. I wouldn't say I was forced to go, but I definitely was encouraged to go at a very young age, attending events through Kegels and going on trips with him and things like that. So I've learned at a young age how to put myself out there to talk to people. And yeah, at the beginning there was some nerves and there was some discomfort, but I've been doing it since at a very young age. And yeah, it's been fun to meet people throughout the produce industry or different industries here in Lancaster, and yeah, I've built a lot of relationships from those networking events. So very grateful for that. Yeah, I mean, to anyone that is nervous about going to networking events, I know it's easy for me to say, but don't be. Yeah. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and to speak your mind and really connect with people, because Lancaster is a great place to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Dan always says when we first started, he kind of cooled off on it, but comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah. Both of us were pretty terrible at our first networking events, but as you get better, like we've probably been to hundreds of them in the past 4 years. So as you do them, you get a lot better, and you feel it kind of it teaches you a lot of life lessons, not just like professionally, but in your personal life as well. Just try new things. Like I would never thought I'd be working in a scrapyard, but if you don't kind of give those things a chance, you'll never kind of figure out where it can go to.
No, yeah. No, I mean, this life is about opportunities, and you want to take advantage of those opportunities. So, yeah.
The younger you start to, I think, is the better. Like, people are probably sick of seeing our faces, but like, we've been doing this since we were 18, 19 years old. So say we stay in the business for 40 years. It's just better to start out early.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure. I think Dan always talks about this one event, and I think there's even there was pictures of it too. Of
the Barnstormers?
Yeah, we were at the Lancaster Barnstormers. They hosted like some mixer there and had I don't think there was a speaker for this one or whatever, but basically just a big networking event, and he sent 5 of us young guys. So it was like me, Todd, Gil, Carrie, and Isaiah, who all worked here at the time. And I think he walked out into the one, and we're just all standing in a line, just us 5,
right outside the bathroom,
just sitting there. And Dan's like, "What are you guys doing? Like, you gotta get out and talk."
It is nerve-wracking, but that's for everyone.
Yeah,
like I kind of figured that out. Like I thought I was the only person who would get nervous at that, but there's very few people who just go into it and not get nervous. So. Yeah. As soon as you give it a try, the better you'll be.
I wouldn't say going into networking events, you have to have a goal, or I need to acquire 5 business cards from here or whatever. But as long as you connect with one person,
just have a real conversation.
Yeah, that's one conversation that you had after the event that could be meaningful. So that's my takeaway from networking events. If you connect with one person, that connection, that relationship could set you up or set them up for a better opportunity down the road.
For sure. What do you like to get into outside of work?
Oh, that's a great question. As mentioned, I'm a big Eagles fan. And with that, I'm also a fan of the other Philly sports teams. I don't like talking about the Sixers, so we're going to leave that at that. But no, yeah, I enjoy the Philly sports team and the city as well.
Yeah.
No, I love playing sports, playing basketball, playing football, skiing, things like that. Very devoted to my faith as well. So, I read scripture day to day, have meaningful conversations with people as well. So that's a huge aspect of my life that I'm grateful for. And just hanging out with friends on the weekends, trying to find something to do kind of thing. But, yeah.
For sure. Are you playing in the BBAL this year?
Of course.
Perfect.
Sure.
I'm on the Tropics this year, so
Tropics.
we'll see you out there.
I want to get Johnny on. We had one on here, and then I think he canceled. But I
we'll
never
have
really
to have
talked
him
to him
on.
then. This was like last year. But now I play PlayStation with him like a couple nights a week.
Yeah, you got to hit up
So,
Johnny.
Yeah, get him in here.
Yeah, go cherry pickers, man. Come on.
Cherry pickers. I don't know anyone on my team, so it's going to be interesting.
It'll be fun.
I don't know about your captain.
Yeah, I don't even know who it is.
It's Brad Atkinson. I lived with him for 4 years at St. Joe's. He's a good guy.
Obviously, he goes to the rec. Goes to Hempfield Rec a good bit.
Yeah, he's a good hooper. He's a good hooper. I'll give him that.
Perfect.
I'm a OKC fan, so we're looking pretty good this year.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I've been loyal. I tried to, my young self, I think like in 8th grade, I wanted to bandwagon to the Warriors when KD left us, but I stayed strong.
That's good. That's good.
Yes, sir. We're looking
Still
good this
a
year.
terrible team, but
51-point win against the Grizzlies.
So we were talking to Dan a little bit about you guys have a upcoming bowling event.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak, whatever you feel comfortable kind of speaking about that?
Sure. Recently I joined the board for Mental Health America of Lancaster County, and mental health awareness has become a passion of mine for a number of years now. Back in 2022, unfortunately, my uncle, he passed away due to mental health reasons, and ever since then I've been reading, studying, researching, attending events for mental health awareness, and the idea of hosting a bowling event to spread that awareness came from my uncle's passing, and he was a avid bowler, loved the bowl, and I believe getting people together in the same room helps when sports is involved. So hosting this bowling event May 10th in honor of him to spread mental health awareness, and very fortunate and grateful for all the sponsors so far and all the donors and people that I've received compliments from, and really looking forward to putting on a good event in honor of him and to help spread mental health awareness, because it can be a touchy subject, but it's very apparent and known day to day with people, and I just want to be that voice and put out there to people that it is okay to not be okay. Reach out if you need help, things like that. He was a great person, great uncle. He worked at Kegel's for around 16 years, and miss him every day. Yeah. So very, very excited to put on this event in honor of him.
It's a great thing you're doing. Mental illness is a real thing. A lot of people don't think about it when they don't have it, but if you have family members or people around you who kind of deal with that every day, it's definitely a real thing. So that's a great thing you're doing.
Thank you.
What can people do? Yeah. Sorry to hear that as well. What can people do to like support, whether it's donating, signing up? I think we're coming out to bowl, even though I'm a terrible bowler. What can people do to kind of to support this?
Well, in terms of supporting, you could obviously attend the event. You could donate through the website. You could reach out to me if you'd like to get involved, or just simply take the initiative to talk to others and spread the awareness, and be in somebody's corner and help support them. That to me is the biggest thing you could do, is help somebody today.
Yeah, and definitely understand what mental illness really is. I never was really, I didn't know too much about it until I got with my fiance. Mm-hmm. She's kind of dealt with that a little bit, so it's definitely a real thing. And just simple conversations can help. Like you never know what people are going home to. So just having those conversations is important for sure.
Yeah, people are afraid of the stigma of being one considered with mental health illness, and I understand why people don't want to break that stigma. But if you need help, ask for help, and you'll have a support group in your corner for sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's awesome. You were able to take something like that and make it into a cool thing. We're excited for the event.
Yeah,
I'm sure that make him proud too, and your whole family as well.
Yeah, it's been fun putting this all together with my family and some friends that are looking to get involved. It's kind of cool. I mean, I work with my dad day to day at Kegel's, but now I've been working with my mom day to day for the bowling event, and it's been fun to see the difference of the two and how we can work together. So yeah, it's been fun setting up.
Yeah. Are you looking? Is this going to be like a 1-year thing, or are you going to try to turn this into like an annual? Because I'm sure this is going to get so much support as it should.
The goal is to obviously get through this year, and we'll see how things look for an annual type of event. But a goal of mine is to make it annual, maybe 3 years or something like that. We'll see how things go, but let's get through this event first and see where things are afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, that's great.
Get into the last question. Do you have any questions for us, you think, or not really?
Let me think on that.
Yeah, cool.
Well, we do a final, or we changed it a little bit for you because you're young like us. But what kind of piece of advice do you wish someone gave you back when you were graduating high school? Like something you know now that you probably feel like there's things I know now that I feel stupid about that I didn't know then. But what piece of advice do you wish you had?
I wish I had advice. Something that I've learned recently is to just keep going. Don't be afraid to have goals. Don't be afraid to strive for those goals, and just keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah, that definitely ties into, like you said, you might hear some stuff about your group and stuff, but just keep pushing.
Yeah, there's always going to be noise.
For sure.
There's always going to be noise, and it's how do you block out the noise
Yeah.
is the question.
Well, there's that saying, I don't know exactly what it is, but if you're not hearing any noise, you're not doing anything. So
Yeah.
you're always going to hear those people, but it's kind of really hard to hate on what you guys are doing. And how old are you?
23.
23. So for a 23-year-old to start it, you were probably 22 when you started it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that speaks for itself. So,
Sure.
Appreciate it, guys.
yeah, we appreciate you coming on. We didn't know this was your first time here, so maybe we'll give you a tour, show you around a little
Not
bit.
maybe. I want
Yeah,
a
we're
tour.
If you have time, I just want to respect your time.
I got time. I got time.
But we appreciate you coming on. We'll have to do another one of these in
No, we're
like a
gonna be
year or
on-
two to
We're gonna be on their podcast.
yeah.
Once they get
Next
that rolling.
generation Lancaster.
No, I got a question for you guys. In terms of the next generation of Lancaster's group, what's an event that you would like to see possibly that I could help put together for you guys? Is there a aspect that you want the keynote to speak about? Is there a venue you want us to have something at? Like, let me know.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I would have to think on that.
I would say I like the aspect that you're always going to have a keynote speaker there, just because the mixers and everything are great, but not everyone wants to just go and just have some drinks at the end of the day. So having the keynotes, but also having the interactive piece of it. There's certain events we go to where there's circle tables and you might be with 5-6 people at a table, and the keynote will have you do exercises as a team.
Yeah.
And I found that you really get to past events. I really know those people now when I go to events these days. You really get to know them on a personal level when you're in a big event, but small groups. That would be mine, I would say.
Yeah, I would say too. Anytime you can incorporate some. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the oxygen tank.
Here, cut there for 1 second.
Damn, I thought that was. I didn't know what that was. Oh my gosh. No, I've been to some events where they did, I think axe throwing. We went somewhere where they did that.
Nice.
And that was kind of we started with that, and it segued into some appetizers and then networking and then a speaker or whatever.
Gotcha.
Just kind of anything, switch it up a little bit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
We have some events already planned out for June and July. June, we're doing a networking night at the Stormers, and
That'll be fun.
the keynote speaker for that, his name is Chris Wilson.
Yeah.
He's from Lancaster, played football at McCaskey, and then had the opportunity to play in the NFL as well.
That's cool too.
So
like
looking
having
forward to
people-
him coming on.
Yeah, having people from around the area that have done like different type of stuff like that, just kind of for young people, it shows you can do whatever.
Yeah, and then
That's
in
cool.
July, we're doing an industry tour at Crater Farms.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to those two. We're planning something right now for May, but I'll keep that on the down low for right now. But yeah, a lot of people have asked me, like, KJ, how do you find the time to do all these things, and how do you keep all this balance? And just going back to what I said in the beginning is you need to rely on family and friends to stay motivated, and have those relationships are a huge part of why I keep going and how I can manage it all. And yeah, very grateful for the people in my corner and appreciative as well. So yeah, my advice also to other people is just lean on those around you. Don't take relationships and friendships for granted, and always continue to give back.
cool.
Perfect. Well, thank you, KJ. Appreciate you coming on. We'll see you tomorrow at the event.
Yep.
I'll have the link below to your guys' LinkedIn group as well.
Appreciate that.
Feel free to join that. I definitely recommend.
Thanks
all
for
right.
having me,
Well,
guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.